Good evening. We are bringing you commentary today of Aston Villa versus Liverpool in the Premier League. I'm your alternative host, Russ Vernon, and you are listening to the commentary of. The teams will be coming out very, very shortly ahead of what is expected to be a thrilling game. This evening we'll hand across to Paul James, your match commentator, very, very shortly. But just to give you a bit of a preview to this game, and I'm going to pick out a couple of players to watch. We don't have to wait to see if any of my predictions will be playing this evening when we'll go across to Paul James when he brings you the team news. Excuse me. As for Liverpool, it's going to be a potential exciting conclusion to the season in store for Aston Villa. We're up to 11th in the table so far, regarding back-to-back Premier League wins. A first top 10 Premier League finish since the start of since the 2010-11 season is now a very real possibility for Steven Gerrard's side. Consolidated by the fact they hold games in hand on those around them. There'll be mixed emotions for current Villa manager Steven Gerrard as he leads the side out of Villa Park tonight against one of his former clubs, Liverpool, where he is a Liverpool legend. But with the most of Villa's mid-table rivals not playing in midweek, Villa could catapult themselves into the top half with an unlikely victory. Last season, Villa did beat Liverpool at Villa Park. Should be a good game. Yeah, Villa have lost 3 of their last 5 home matches, winning 2 during a spate of fixtures where the only victorious side on the day found the net. So getting up the upper end against their title-chasing visitors could be crucial today. A couple of players which I picked out to could turn out to be under the watchful eye of our commentators this evening, and those in attendance across at Villa Park, Birmingham this evening is, for Aston Villa, is going to be former Liverpool midfield maestro Philippe Coutinho, and there's reports that Aston Villa are very, very close now to agreeing a deal to sign Philippe Coutinho on a more of a permanent basis in the summer. Coutinho has seen 6 of his 7 Premier League goal contributions this season come at Villa Park. 4 goals and 3 assists. Whilst on the other side, the talisman for Liverpool and the player to watch for me is Mohamed Salah, who'll be looking to add to his tally of 5 goals in his last 4 matches against Aston Villa, should he be involved. This evening, Liverpool may have one eye on the FA Cup final against Chelsea this weekend, which you can hear on the commentary hub. We're going to be bringing you the coverage of this game in full. And just to start to bring you as well, Liverpool have won all 18 of their Premier League games this season when facing sides in the bottom half of the table come kick-off. One player that will not be available today for Aston Villa is that of Corney House. He has got an abdominal strain, while Leon Bailey and Jacob Ramsey are currently injured or questionable and could play today for Aston Villa at Villa Park, depending if they are deemed fit enough by the club's medical staff. As I mentioned, with regards to Aston Villa, they've got eyes to get back into the top 10 and will be in 10th place with a victory, climbing above Crystal Palace and sitting a point behind Brighton. As for Liverpool, they have eyes on closing down and chasing down their title rivals Manchester City. They're currently 3 points behind them after they drew at the weekend. Liverpool to Tottenham. Manchester City got the job done against Newcastle United. Another game which was brought to you on the commentary hub by our commentator who was standing by for this evening's clash. The teams are just getting ready to make their way out of the tunnel. They're just coming out on the tunnel very, very shortly. I can see them coming out in a moment, so we'll hand across to Paul James very, very shortly for the end of this kick-off in what is going to be a raucous atmosphere at Villa Park, and it's going to be a special night for the Villa boss, Steven Gerrard, managing At Villa Park against this former side Liverpool and coming up against Jurgen Klopp. Again, Philip Coutinho up against this former club as well. And it'll be interesting to see if he adds another goal to his tally this season or whether Liverpool can keep him out of the limelight in front of goal. This, in the form table after the last 5 games, sees third Liverpool with 11 points, take on 11th Aston Villa in the form table with 7 points from their last 5. 2 wins, a draw and 2 defeats for Steven Gerrard's men. As for Liverpool, it's 2 draws and 3 straight wins. So it should be an enthralling encounter. Should be getting ready to hand over to your match commentator very, very shortly. And you'll be able to answer some of the questions which I posed. One of the questions which I posed was Coutinho and Salah. Are they in the starting lineup? We'll find out very shortly. And has Leon Bailey and Jacob Ramsey made it for Aston Villa? Whether they're starting or on the bench, we'll find out if those are also making it as well. And to tell you if they're making it as well, it's time for me to hand over to your match commentator. Standing by for this one for us, it is Paul James. A very good evening to you, Paul.
Very good evening to you, Ross. Very good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us today for this off-tube commentary and here at Villa Park in the second city, Birmingham. So let's begin with the starting lineups. We're starting with Aston Villa, who is managed by Steven Gerrard. They start with Emilio Martinez in goal. At the back is Luca Dean, Tyrone Mings, the captain, Ezri Konsa and Matty Cash make up the back 4. Douglas Luiz, Marvelous Nakamba, and John McGinn operate the 3-man midfield. Philip Coutinho is playing just behind Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings. For Liverpool, who are managed by Jurgen Klopp, they start with Alisson in goal as usual, Konstantinos Tsimikas, Virgil van Dijk, the captain, Joel Matip, Trent Alexander-Arnold make up the back 4, Curtis Jones, Fabinho, Naby Keita in the midfield, Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz make up that now familiar 4-3-3 for Liverpool. On the bench, starting with Aston Villa, is Robin Olsen, the goalkeeper, Callum Chambers, Ashley Young, Morgan Sanson, Emiliano Buendia, Benjamin Crisini, Tim Oriago-Buham, Carney Chukwuemeka, Bertrand Traore, and for Liverpool, it's Kelleher, the goalkeeper, Ibrahim Konate, Joseph Gomez, Thiago, James Milner, Jordan Henderson on the bench today, Roberto Firmino, Mohamed Salah, and Divock Origi wait in the background to see if they make a difference today. The officials today for refereeing this game is Jonathan Moss. His assistants are Lee Betts, Timothy Woods. The 4th official is Andy Madley, and in the VAR booth is John Brooks and James Mannering. Let's see if they play any role today in Stockley Park. So in answer to Russ's question there, it looks like Bailey is not available today at all. And this whole matter could be settled this really by the weekend if Villa can shock Liverpool today. The referee just about to blow the whistle here, and the players are just taking the knee in the stand against racism, not just in football, but in greater society. And we are going to get the game underway with Liverpool attacking the Holt End in their changed strips of cream and black shorts. Villa in their famous claret and blue, and already Naby Keita just knocks the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. So Aston, there is Klopp there now. He has to wonder now. He's perhaps resting a few players with the cup final in mind, but he absolutely cannot afford to lose this game. And here's McGinn. McGinn clashes with Fabinho, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side, taken quickly by Villa. And here is Marvelous Nakamba, and he plays it back to Konsa. Konsa picked up the ball again in midfield there by Coutinho, and he gives it back to Konsa. Konsa goes back to Emiliano Martinez, the Argentine international. And it's back to Konsa. Patiently building up from the back. Certainly no hurry right now. It's Martinez hands it out to Cash. Cash just unable to keep that ball in play, flicks it out of play, and it'll be a throw into Liverpool. And it's thrown to back to Virgil van Dijk, and it's given to Curtis Jones. And Van Dijk has the ball back, and he goes back to the goalkeeper. You're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. My name is Paul James, and I want to welcome you and thank you very much for joining us today. And the ball now is with Virgil van Dijk in his own penalty area. Gives it to Jones. And Jones, it's picked up there. Just going back in the opposite direction is Tsimikas. And it's intercepted by Matty Cash. Tsimikas looked like he brought him down there. Jonathan Moss said, no, the game goes on. And on the far side, here's Douglas Luiz. He gives it to Konsa. Konsa gets the ball back now. And he goes all the way back into his own half to the Villa captain, Tyrone Mings, who in turn goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Martinez. Today's player of the match sponsor on the hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. The ball is out on the far side to Luca Digne, and it's picked up there, and chasing the ball through was Ings there, but he wasn't going to be able to pick that up. It was easily intercepted, and Liverpool will now try to bring the ball forward, but they have been dispossessed just inside their own half. Marvellous Nakamba, good work there, fighting off two Liverpool players. The ball is launched forward here now. It's found Ollie Watkins in the Liverpool penalty area. What can he do with it? Watkins shoots, and it's super saved by Alisson. And the ball just bounces out over to the far touchline, and it's picked up again by Aston Villa. And here's Matty Cash. He crosses the ball in, and it goes all the way on the far side to McGinn. Picking it up on the far side is Luca Digne. He crosses the ball in, and a header, and it's a chance. It'll be 1-0. It's a goal, and Villa take the lead. And it's Douglas Luiz. Oh, the header by Douglas Luiz was fumbled by Alisson, and Klopp has got a look on his face of how did that happen. It was Douglas Luiz's header that was fumbled by Alisson, and it left Luiz with a simple tap in. And with just 3 minutes gone here, Villa have the shot 1-goal lead. And it just came out there. You will look at it again. Cross came in. It's bouncing around. It finally comes to Luca Digne on the far side. Luca Digne's cross. Douglas Luiz is not offside. It's his header. It's fumbled by Alisson, and Luiz is quickest to react, who slams it in the roof of the net. And here at Villa Park, it is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 0. And it looks like there was a push. There could have even been a penalty in that situation, because it looks like Ings was bundled over. But yes, he just couldn't keep a hold of it, could Alisson, and it's just dumped into the roof of the net by Douglas Luiz. And after 3 minutes gone, Douglas Luiz gets the goal. And the Liverpool fans left bemused here as the game gets back underway. And here's Virgil van Dijk. And it's intercepted there and out of play. And Jurgen Klopp is arguing with the fourth official, Andy Madley, over that. To me, it was a legitimate goal. He certainly wasn't offside. And it'll be a throw into Liverpool just inside their own half. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports and Storm FM. And Marvellous Nakamba just loses the ball in midfield. And on the far side is Diaz there. He seems to have been brought down. And it is a foul. Looks like it's by Luca Digne. And it will be a free kick to Liverpool for the foul on Diaz. And again, we're just looking at this this ball that was played long, just leading up to the first save by Alisson. And Villa have started very sprite in this first half, but it'll be a free kick to Liverpool now. And just over it there is Trent Alexander-Arnold. The ball in is a disappointing one, but it's bouncing around there. Villa aren't clearing it. And here's Van Dijk. Super save. It's 1-1. And it's turned into the net. And I think it's Joel Matip. Yes, it is. It's Joel Matip with the equaliser. And it's in the 6th minute. And we'll just see this goal again. there may be some question here because the Liverpool players are arguing with Jonathan Moss. Let's have a look at this again. The free kick comes in. It's stumbled and lost by Tyrone Mings. Virgil van Dijk forces a save out of Martinez, and then it's tapped in by Matip. I'm not sure what they're arguing about or where the discrepancy might be, but well, it might be there. There was a knock on there, and it caught the Villa number 4, Konsa, but I don't know what's. I guess they are looking at something in VAR right now. But the referee's going to blow the whistle. I guess they've determined it's a good goal. And we're back underway. So it's 1-1. And Joel Matip gets the equaliser just 3 minutes after Douglas Luiz had given Villa the lead. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melanapp.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, at Commentary Live 1. You can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. Liverpool now will start from the back with, on the far side, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold just gives it to Matip there, the goal scorer. Matip now brings the ball forward, and he gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got Diaz up there with him. Diaz attempted to give the ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it was intercepted by McGinn and out of play for a throw into Liverpool. And it's almost exactly on the halfway line, which Trent Alexander-Arnold will take. And he gives it to Curtis Jones. Jones flicks it on. Naby Keita gets the header, and Curtis Jones gives it back to Keita. Keita to Diaz. Diaz to Sadio Mane. And the shot come cross there. Oh, it took a deflection. The shot there by it just took a deflection actually, and it bounced up into the goalkeeper, and just not quite sure. Tsimikas actually there who got the shot in. And it'll be taken quickly now by Martinez in goal and headed out of play. And a throw into Aston Villa to be taken by Luca Dean, almost level with the Liverpool penalty area. And the percentages have come up for win percentages, 16% for Aston Villa, now 60% for Liverpool with a 24% possible draw. The ball is out of play again and will be another throw in to Aston Villa. And Digne gets the ball back, but it's comfortably won back and cleared by Alexander-Arnold. And Keita clears the ball forward. Chasing it down is Diaz, but it's knocked out of play by Konsa, and it will be a throw-in to Liverpool. Mohamed Salah on the bench there. I wonder whether he will make an appearance today. You throw into Liverpool on the far side. And it's just knocked on now. And here is Tsimikas again. Tsimikas. And he just gives the ball there to Jota. Jota loses the ball. And it's cleared away given by Diaz to McGinn. McGinn now launches the ball long to Ollie Watkins. Down on this near side. He's almost by the corner flag. Here's Watkins. Cuts inside the penalty area. Gets the cross, but it kind of deflects up into the air. And a comfortable grasp by Alisson. And here is Diogo Jota now, storming over the halfway line for Liverpool. Diogo Jota, he's got Diaz overlapping on the far side. Diaz track now. Can Diaz cut inside? But it's actually turns out to be a good tackle by Tyrone Mings. The ball just gets away from Jota. And here's Marvelous Nakamba now. And the ball's played down on this near side. And it looks like it's, yes, it's Matty Cash. And here is Coutinho. Coutinho gets the ball back and he gives it to Nakamba. Nakamba again. Matty Cash. Konsa. Coutinho and Konsa just playing a little 1-2 between them. And here's the captain, Tyrone Mings. And he gives it back to Konsa. Villa just taking their time with the ball in their own half. They had a good start to this game, but that lead slipped away just 3 minutes after Louise got the first goal there. And the cross coming in now, and it's dealt with comfortably by Virgil van Dijk and headed on by Matip. But Villa do win the ball back, and here's McGinn. And it's Conser now. He's over the halfway line. And that's a nice ball by Coutinho to Matty Cash. Coutinho down on this nice. It's Louise, the goal scorer for Villa. Give back to Cash. Cash gets the ball across, and Matip didn't quite know how to deal with that. Come right back to Digne inside the penalty area, but he balloons it over the crossbar. And it remains 1-1. We have 11 minutes gone here. And it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Matty Cash's pass here. We'll just have a look at this again. Matty Cash's pass gave it to Louise, who gave it back to Cash. Cash across the penalty area. Matty just didn't deal with it very well. And the ball just bounced out to Luca Dean, but it was blazed over the crossbar. And it remains 1-1 in this one. And here's Matip now for Liverpool. He gives the ball to Mane. Mane gives it to Keita. Keita just goes back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold, long diagonal ball down on this far side to Tsimikas. His control wasn't the best, but he's able to keep it in play. And it looks like it's Diaz on this side now. Diaz cutting up to the edge of the penalty area. He's got time and space, but the pass did not get through. And it is Coutinho now trying to break away for Villa, but he is dispossessed inside the centre circle. And here's Virgil van Dijk. He gives it to Tsimikas. Tsimikas back to Curtis Jones. And here's Mane now. Mane cuts inside the Villa penalty area. Mane gets across, but it's a disappointing one. And it goes out of play. And with 13 minutes gone, it is still 1-1 here at Villa Park. Goals from Douglas Luiz after 3 minutes and Matip after 6 minutes. And what a start it's been here at Villa Park. And Steven Gerrard just looking now to really cause harm in his former club's chance of winning the title. Jurgen Klopp just looking on as well. And the goal kick is taken quickly by Martinez. By Martinez. And it looks like there was a foul there. Jonathan Moss has blown up. And it's Watkins down holding his wrist. Well, he seems to be in some pain. The referee has stopped the play. I'm not sure he's given the foul. At 6-1, there's nothing really in that. But he does seem to have hurt his wrist. I don't know, maybe he fell awkwardly on it. Maybe a bit of a push. And yes, it does look like he fell awkward on it. So he's up now on his feet. And the ball is given back to Liverpool, and Virgil van Dijk gives it to Fabinho, who gives it back to Van Dijk. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Curtis Jones. The pass didn't reach Curtis Jones. It was intercepted by Luiz. And here's McGinn now on the far side, comfortably tackled by Naby Keita. And here's Curtis Jones. The referee is playing on. I guess he allowed the advantage. Luiz went down for a second, but was quickly on his feet. And here's Tsimikas. And he gives it to Curtis Jones, but gets the ball back. Tsimikas, and it's Fabinho. Virgil van Dijk. Just over inside the Villa half of the field right now. And here's Curtis Jones. Jones to Tsimikas. Curtis Jones gives the ball back to Virgil van Dijk, and he launches it long into the penalty area looking for Diaz, but good defending by Luca Dean, and he manages to get the ball to McGinn, and McGinn just not able to control it, and the ball rolls out of play. It will be a throw into Liverpool, about 10 yards inside the Villa half of the field. McGinn is protesting to Jonathan Moss that he might have been fouled. The referee has said no. Get on with it. The throw will be taken. And it's with Virgil van Dijk now. Van Dijk. So we've had 4 attempts by Aston Villa, 3 by Liverpool, and possession is actually favouring Aston Villa right now at 52%. Here's Tsimikas. And here's Diogo Jota, and he plays it infield to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones looking for Sadio Mane, who slips on the ball, and Villa should be able to come away with it now. Surely that's a foul by Fabinho. It's not being given on Danny Ings, and instead Liverpool go all the way back to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And here's Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk launches the ball long, and he's looking here for, looks like Diogo Jota, right down by the corner flag. He's under pressure by Konsa, and the ball goes out of play, but the referee has blown up for something, and he's protesting his Konsa rather vehemently with Jonathan Moss, and it's actually going to be a free kick. It's almost on the corner flag, actually, but let's look at this again. Diogo Jota just loses control. And, well, yes, he's giving him a shove. Now, maybe perhaps Jota went down a little bit too easy, but Konsa did give him a shove, and it is a free kick. So I'm not exactly sure what he's complaining at. So it'll be a free kick just aside from the corner flag. It's going to be taken by Tsimikas. Cross coming in, and there's a header, and it's bouncing around there, and it's cleared away desperately. There at the back, it looked like it was Digne that got on that. And here is Fabinho, and he gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold launched in, and it seems to have missed everybody and goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Aston Villa. So we've 17 minutes gone here. It is Villa 1, Liverpool 1. And you're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. So the throw-in to be taken by Aston Villa, almost level with their own penalty area. Taken by Digne. Flicked on, that time by Ings, but it comes back in. And it's lost by Cash, and here's Jota now with a chance. Jota! Oh, good block by Konsa, which took the sting out the shot, which then made it easy for Martinez to pick the ball up, and he launches it long downfield. Villa not able to maintain possession, and Liverpool are coming again with Naby Keita. He's about 7 yards outside the penalty area. He slips the ball through to Jota, but it's not the best ball, and Emiliano Martinez clears it for Villa. And again, though, really only gives the ball back to Liverpool, and they will come forward again with Sadio Mane. And it's on the far side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And here's Joel Matip. Matip gives the ball to Mane. Mane out on the far side to Tsimikas. Tsimikas, the cross comes in, and up there is Mane! Oh, I say it was just wide! Oh, he left Martinez rooted to the spot, and it just went the wrong side of the post as far as Liverpool and Mane is concerned. The cross coming in there, and there's the header right on the edge almost of the 6-yard box. Perhaps he should have hit the target from there, but he was under pressure from Tyrone Mings, but that was close. And and Aston Villa breathe again there. And now Digne has the ball, and just over the halfway line, here's Luca Digne. It looks like he was tripped there, and he slid in to try to win the ball back, but it was lost, and Liverpool now clear the ball. But it's picked up on the far side by McGinn, and now on the ball here is Luis Diaz, the goal scorer for Villa. Diaz gives it back to Tyrone Mings. And who gives it then back to Konsa. And here's Marvelous Nakamba. And they go all the way back to Martinez in the Aston Villa goal. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports and Storm FM. Here's Luca Dean, fouled surely by Fabinho. The referee agrees. And it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. And you'll see here, yes, he just caught him. It was definitely a foul. And it looks like it's just inside the centre circle here. Luca Dean is now being moved away by the referee. I think he's still protesting. Perhaps he feels further action should have been taken. And here's Marvelous Nakamba. The free kick was taken quickly. Konsa delaying on the ball. Nakamba goes back to Martinez in the Villa goal, which is then flicked on by Watkins, but it only ends up with Fabinho. Tsimikas. Fabinho again. And he goes back to Alisson. And Alisson, what a calamity! Oh, he could be punished here. No, he gets away with it. Oh, Alisson, way too cool there. Almost gave the ball right to Watkins' feet. And Watkins, unfortunately for him, was not able to control it. And that was very, very close to another calamity. Now you see Alisson there. Oh, it was a sloppy pass. And then he slips. But fortunately, he was able to get the ball away. But that was very fortunate for Liverpool and Alisson. Well, Alisson has the ball back now. And here's Fabinho under pressure from Coutinho. Fabinho gives it back to Alisson, who this time clears the ball with a little bit more effort. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gives the ball out on the far side, and it's Tsimikas coming forward now with menace. Tsimikas, the ball is disappointing, and it'll be plucked out of the air by Emiliano Martinez. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. Also, if you do enjoy this type of commentary, this type of off-tube commentary, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any games going forward. The goal kick just taken very quickly there by Martinez, but there was a foul on Philip Coutinho. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for this season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And we have a free kick now, about 15 or 16 yards inside the Liverpool half. It's going to be taken by McGinn. McGinn standing over the ball. Now he gives it quick there to Luca Dean, who tries to get the cross in, but that's a good piece of defending by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it goes behind for a corner to the Villains. And this is Aston Villa's second corner of the game, I think. Nope, it is the first. It's actually the first corner of the game. My mistake. So Aston Villa will get the corner now. I think Luca Dean is actually going to take it on the far side. Indeed, he is. He opts for the short one, and it's all the way out on the far side. Then McGinn crosses in, left a header. Oh, Danny Ings, so close there. Got the header in, but it goes over the crossbar, and Aston Villa have a chance of their own to take the lead. The cross coming in by Coutinho there. Danny Ings gets there before Alisson. Again, Alisson really caught in no man's land. The cross was actually by McGinn. He came and there was no. He come out for the ball. He didn't win the ball. Left himself in no man's land there. And Danny Ings with a header is over the crossbar. And Luiz in midfield. He's tumbled over. He tries to grab the ball, but that is going to be a free kick in the opposite direction. He's claiming he was fouled, and Naby Keita grabs the ball from him. He's still down at the moment, clutching the back of his ankle. Coutinho is trying to prevent this free kick from being taken quickly, and ultimately picks the ball up. Yes, the studs go up there on the back of the ankle, quite by accident, I'm sure, but that did look like a foul to me. But the thing is, Jonathan Moss didn't give it, and Douglas Luiz grabbed a hold of the ball, and therefore it's now a free kick to Liverpool. Tsimikas to Jota. Back to Tsimikas. And here is Virgil van Dijk and Naby Keita. And it's just lost there, but won back by Fabinho, but illegally. And it will be a free kick to Aston Villa about 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. Philip Coutinho is over this one. And he's just, he leaves it to Douglas Luiz, in fact. We're at the 25th minute mark. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. And it's taken quickly by Luiz. And here's Coutinho. Coutinho's got a bit of space in front of him. He crosses the ball in long. And there's Tyrone Mings with a header. And cleared away by Virgil van Dijk. And Liverpool now just trying to get the ball away. But it's won again by Luca Dean. And here's McGinn. McGinn streams a long ball out on the far side to Ollie Watkins. But that's good defending by Tsimikas, just ushering that ball out of play for a goal kick to Liverpool. And 1-1 here at Villa Park in the second city, Birmingham. And Joel Matip now will start from the back inside his own penalty area. And here's Curtis Jones now. And he gives it to Cater just over the halfway line. And it's picked up again by Simicast. Simicast gives it back to Fabinho. Fabinho is dispossessed by his countryman Coutinho. Coutinho now, he's got space in front of him. He's looking for Danny Ings. The angle is tight. He's just inside, was just inside the Liverpool penalty area, but the angle was a little bit too tight. He goes back and here's Coutinho again. Coutinho attempts to cross the ball in, but hooked away that time by Simicast. And it's out of play for a throw into Villa, level with the Liverpool penalty area. McGinn, that throw-in's taken quickly. Digne is the ball is forced out of play, and it's actually going to be a throw into Liverpool. And Luca Digne is not happy about it, but it will be a throw into Liverpool, level with their own penalty area. Fabinho has gone down. Looks like he's in some discomfort. And Liverpool substitutes are warming up on the far side. One of them is Jordan Henderson. And the Liverpool physio is out onto the field right now. And I have to say, when I look at this, it goes down, and I think it was through this challenge here, because he was clutching the back of his leg when that challenge was made. And just to let you know, we will have live off-tube commentary on Saturday of the FA Cup final. Liverpool involved in that, along with Chelsea. And that will be brought to you live on the Commentary Hub. And we're still waiting at his Henderson's warming up now, frantically warming up now. So we wonder whether Fabinho is going to be okay, because Henderson is now just taking his vest off, and Klopp seems to have a rather deranged smile on his face right now. But Fabinho is up on his feet, and Jonathan Moss is now asking the physio to take Fabinho off the field before allowing him back on if he does decide to come on, because Henderson is now stripping for action, and Fabinho is slowly walking away. This doesn't help Liverpool's cause. They can't afford another draw or a loss. They need a win here today. But Fabinho and the Liverpool physio are now leaving the field. And looking at this, I have to wonder. Slowly walking off, and questions are being asked by Jurgen Klopp, but it does look like a change is going to be made. We're just going to see exactly how and when. Fabinho is... Yes, Henderson is coming on. Fabinho has now gone to the bench, so we'll see that change made, no doubt, in a few moments. But Villa have the ball, and they do lose it, and it's hacked away there by Cater, but not far enough. It just goes out of play, and Jordan Henderson now is going to want to just get his shirt on real quickly here so he can get on. Now, whether or not he'll take over the captaincy from Van Dijk, we wait to see. But it is Fabinho off injured, and on comes Jordan Henderson. And Liverpool now with Simicast. And it's out to Mane. Mane is being held, surely. Jonathan Moss agrees. And it'll be a free kick to Liverpool, just inside their own half. Half an hour gone. Liverpool 1, Villa 1. And Henderson takes the free kick quickly. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold out onto the far side to Diaz. Diaz gives it to Cater, who gives it back to Diaz. Trent Alexander-Arnold, long ball right to the opposite side of the field, and here's Simicast, and he gives it back to Virgil van Dijk, and just won there by Mane, but eventually it does come to Villa, and it's John McGinn, and he gives it to Luiz. Luiz fouled, surely. The referee has in fact given the free kick, or has he allowed he has allowed Matty Cash to continue. I don't know whether the referee will revisit that challenge in a few moments. McGinn slips and Naby Keita is trying to win the ball back. Henderson helps him along his way. And here's Diaz now. Diaz, long cross, looking for Diogo Jota, but it's disappointing and out of play, and will be a goal kick to Aston Villa. And Tyrone Mings is arguing. Not over sure what exactly. Perhaps that foul by on Douglas Luiz from Simicas. It was late. The referee has not deemed it worthy of a yellow card, and the game will go on. And perhaps that's what Tyrone Mings is upset about. Steven Gerrard there on the bench, just drinking some water. He's got to be happy with his Villa performance so far. The goal kick taken by Emiliano Martinez goes out of play. It's a disappointing one, and there's a throw in for Liverpool 10 yards inside the Villa half. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's picked up by Curtis Jones, who gives it back to Alexander-Arnold. Here's Jota. Jota finds Mane and finds Keita. Keita, here's a chance for Diaz. Here's Mane. It's 2-1 Liverpool, but the linesman's flag has gone up, I think. Yeah, the linesman's flag has gone up on the far side, and it will not count. We'll take a look at this again. Here's Jota with a ball here. Mane gives it to Keita, and yes, Diaz is offside by about 3 yards. And when he passed it to Mane and Mane tapped it in, Diaz was in fact in an offside position. So it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. And Martinez launches it long downfield. And again, the ball ultimately gets knocked out of play by Matip. It'll be a throw into Aston Villa, about 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. And oh, that's a nice move by Coutinho. Beautiful move there. And he gives the ball to Dean. Dean gives it back to Coutinho with a shot. And that's a very ambitious effort. But Coutinho is very capable from that range. And it wasn't a million miles away, was it? Let's look at this again. It was a beautiful flick over Trent Alexander-Arnold's head. He gets it back off Luca Digne, and the shot was, well, it was only just over the bar. Alisson was comfortable with the fact that it was going over, however. And it'll be a goal kick, and Matip goes back to Alisson, who puts his foot through it this time. And Konsa wins the ball back just ahead of Diaz, and it goes back to Martinez, and Martinez clears it downfield. And here's Virgil van Dijk. And he gives a quick 1-2 with Simicas. Simicas now over the halfway line, and he gives the ball to Curtis Jones. Jones plays it infield to Naby Keita. Keita. He's got a bit of space in front of him. Keita gives it to Diaz. Diaz has got Trent Alexander-Arnold on the far side. Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Oh, what a chance for Keita. He was all on his own. 8 yards out, but he miscued it. And in the end, it's cleared out for a throw-in. But just look at the time that Keita had here. Trent Alexander-Arnold played the ball across. Keita, 8 yards out, nowhere near him. Wasn't able to tuck it in. And he miscues it. And then Villa react and clear it now. And Luca Dean now has the ball on the far side. He launches it forward, but Liverpool quickly win it back and again send it back into the Villa half. But Tyrone Mings will just watch the ball go out of play. And with almost 35 minutes gone, 10 minutes till half time, we are still deadlocked, one apiece here at Villa Park. But you have to say the chances have come really for both sides, not least there for Naby Keita. Throw into Aston Villa, level with their own penalty area, taken by Luca Dean. And it's launched into the air, but it's won there by Henderson, whose header didn't find a Liverpool player. And it's now actually back with the goalkeeper, Martinez. And he will now take his time, I'm sure. He has the ball in his hand. Well, the amount of time that goalkeepers have been taking when in these situations. There was once a rule called the 6-second rule, but it's just that seems to be long forgotten now. Liverpool win the ball back in midfield, and there was looking there for Mane on the far side, but it missed Mane, and it's now with Matty Cash, who goes over the halfway line into the Liverpool half, and then turns around and goes back again. And here is Louise. Tyrone Mings on the far side there to Luca Digne, and it's Coutinho. Coutinho there, McGinn there was dispossessed, and Liverpool play a long ball forward, but that's good work by Mings in covering there to stop Diogo Jota from getting behind the Villa defence. Nakamba gives it back to Coutinho, who in turn gives it back to Konsa, and he gives it to Matty Cash, although there was a late tackle on Konsa, so it looks like we're going back for a free kick. And Jonathan Moss just pointing out where he wants that free kick to be taken from. And excuse me. Well, here is Konsa. Konsa gives it to Matty Cash. Matty Cash launches it long, looking for Ollie Watkins. Headed by Virgil van Dijk. He finds a Liverpool player in Tsimikas. Tsimikas gives the ball forward, and under pressure here is Jota from Matty Cash. Matty Cash wins that battle and does a quick 1-2 with marvellous Nakamba. And then he gives it to Tyrone Mings, who in fact goes back to Martinez in the Villa goal. Here's Konsa inside his own penalty area. He's looking for options, not able to find any, and goes back to Martinez, who will put his left foot through it. Just over the halfway line, but headed comfortably by Matip and Henderson now. Henderson, his first touch wasn't good enough. And, but it's a free kick given against Nakamba. The first touch was away from Henderson. It was more of a 50-50, and the referee has given it in favour of Henderson, to much the chagrin of marvellous Nakamba. The free kick is taken quickly, and Trent Alexander-Arnold gives it to Matip, who goes all the way back to Alisson. Virgil van Dijk now, and he plays it over the halfway line to Tsimikas. Curtis Jones looking for the space there, finds Jota. Nice ball on the far side to Keita. Almost dispossessed, but it's won back by Jones. And Jones is dispossessed, in fact. And it'll be Villa now coming forward. Louise, there was a foul there, what looked like on Louise initially. The referee didn't give it, but did give the foul by Louise on Curtis Jones. So it'll in fact be a free kick to Liverpool. And the free kick is really just over just past the centre circle. But you see here, yes, Louise had the ball initially, and then it looks like actually Jota won the ball, and the original foul there was by Coutinho. And it's headed out of play by Luca Digne on the far side for a throw into Liverpool. And there's somebody down there just clutching his face. And I'm just trying to see who it is. It actually might be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got his face. It's not. It's Louise. He's clutching his face. I just want to see this again. He goes, he's caught in the face by Digne, but that actually looks more accidental than anything. Let's have a look again. Louise goes up, and he's caught with his arm. He did swing his arm, didn't he? It's one of those ones, isn't it, that could go either way. But I don't think the intention was there by Dean, but we'll see what the referee gives. I don't think VAR is getting involved. He's on his feet now, and the referee doesn't seem interested in taking any further action. So what we will get, no doubt, is a free kick to Liverpool. No, actually, we're not even going to get that. The referee didn't see that as a free kick. It's actually going to be a throw-in. Midway inside the Liverpool half of the Villa half of the field. And the throw-in will be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gives it here to Tsimikas. And Jota just gives it back to Van Dijk. Jota has it again. He's just tied down by the touchline. Gives it to Tsimikas. He's going to chase that, but he's not going to make it. And Konsa is just going to knock it out of play, level with the Villa penalty area. 5 minutes till half time. It's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Thank you so much for joining us today for this off-tube commentary live on the Commentary Hub. You're listening to Paul James. at half-time. Russ will be back on with us when half-time arrives. And we also have coverage, live off-tube commentary coverage of the FA Cup final on Saturday, so don't miss that. And Trent Alexander-Arnold now. Alexander-Arnold launches the ball in on, and it just misses everybody and goes behind for a goal kick. So with 4 minutes left in the half now, are we going to see a break in the deadlock before half-time? Certainly most of the pressure now is coming from Liverpool in the last 10 to 15 minutes. They have controlled the majority of the possession within that time and created the most chances, but they have not been able to take them, especially Keita with such a golden opportunity from 8 yards out, was not able to take that chance. And it's going to be a goal kick now with Martinez. And he'll launch it long downfield. And it's tried to be flicked on by Ollie Watkins, but it comes forward again. The header again, this time by Digne. But Liverpool win the ball back. And on the far side is Diaz now, approaching the Villa penalty area. Diaz tries to get past Digne. Digne covering him well. Ings over to help. But Diaz still has possession of the ball, the Colombian. And he's going to try and get the crossing. He does well to get the ball in, but Marvelous Nakamba is there to pick it up and bring it away. But his ball is disappointing, and it's Curtis Jones with a shot, and it's a comfortable save in the end by Martinez. But that all came from Nakamba giving the ball away around the edge of his penalty area. You see it here. He's coming away with the ball. The pass is terrible, really, and it's gave Jones the opportunity from about 23 yards out, but the shot was not enough to beat a goalkeeper of Martinez's quality. And he'll kick the ball downfield now, right-footed. And it's flicked on by Watkins. Chasing it is Philip Coutinho. But at the back there is Alexander-Arnold, and he just ushers the ball out of play. And it will be a throw-in to Liverpool about 4 or 5 yards away from the corner flag. And he's going to take the throw-in now. Oh, he's got some distance on that, but he only finds in the end Marvelous Nakamba. Better ball that time by him. And Danny Ings failed to control it, which made it easy to be cleared away. Hooked back into the Liverpool half by Tyrone Mings. And Matip returns a favour, and it looked like Konsa was struggling for a moment, but the ball goes through, and Martinez is awake to it and clears the ball. But it is in fact offside inside the Liverpool half of the field, I think. Yes, it will be a free kick all the way back. And we are inside the last minute now. And here's Keita. Keita gives it to Mane. Mane not able to keep control of the ball. Villa have had 6 attempts on goal. Liverpool 7. Both each have had 3 on target. Alexander-Arnold clears it forward. He does find Mane, and he manages to control it and gets the ball out on this near side to Diaz. Diaz gives it to Jones. Jones now. Cash is in front of him. Jones plays it out to Henderson, and Henderson gives it back to Diaz. Diaz now. Jones trying to cut inside. Jones again. He's surrounded by 3 Villa players. And here's Tsimikas. Tsimikas just trying to find a way through. He's not able to. And here's Virgil van Dijk. And here's Matip now. And he gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. To Keita. Keita just got a bit of space in front of him. He finds Mane. Mane, edge of the penalty area. Nice ball to Ruben Diaz, but good defensive work by Matty Cash. He reads that, heads the ball away from Diaz, but the clearance is just not far enough. It goes out of touch, really, and it'll be a throw-in level with the Villa penalty area. We're now in stoppage time, waiting to see what Andy Madley is going to allow. And it's 3 minutes, in fact. Here's Jones to Henderson and Virgil van Dijk. And he gives it to Jones now. Jones just trying to find a way inside the Villa penalty area. Jones with a shot, but it's over the crossbar and will be a goal kick to Aston Villa. So 1-1 as we approach half-time here at Villa Park. It's been a very, very absorbing and entertaining game chances for both sides, but we are still deadlocked, one apiece. Goals on 3 minutes by Douglas Luiz and on 6 minutes by Joel Matip. Be a goal kick now for Emiliano Martinez. He's just taking his time again. And the subject of time wasting has come up quite extensively in recent weeks. And Martinez came under pressure by Burnley fans at the weekend for the same thing. And here's Henderson. Henderson gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the ball is out on the far side. Here now is Diaz. Diaz now. And he gives the ball back to Henderson. And here's Curtis Jones. He'll spray the ball out on the far side looking for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold up there with him is Mane. Mane just unable to find the correct ball. And it's cleared away. And Matip just pushing Alisson, urging Alisson to go back to his goal that he has it. And here's Henderson. And Henderson gives it to Van Dijk. We've played 2 minutes of stoppage time here. And here's Diaz. Diaz to Mane. And it's Henderson. Joel Matip. Matip just trying to create a bit of space in front of himself. Matip, and he gives it to Keita. Keita, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, wonderful tackle by Luca Dean, stopping that ball from going across. And it looks like he's taken that in rather an unfortunate and delicate position. He's still down now, and well, he might be. We'll just take a look at it again in a moment. And that is a most sensitive and delicate position to take the ball. And we'll just see. I think Luca Dean is still down now. Virgil van Dijk and Matip have gone into the penalty area with Menace. Also along there is Henderson and Jota. This is Liverpool's first corner of the game, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold to take it. And just jotting space now. We've played the full 3 minutes of injury time. Alexander-Arnold. And there's a header by Henderson, but it's blocked. And we're not sure what the referee has given here. It was blocked. And I'm not sure what the referee is. What he's blown there for at all. I think he's going to have the corner retaken. Perhaps he was unhappy with the jostling in the penalty area. But the corner will be taken again by Trent Alexander-Arnold. So this is Liverpool's first corner, take 2. Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's launched into the back post, and there's Jota with a header, and Mane's coming in on the back post, and it was cleared away by Matty Cash, who's left flat on his back, just behind the goal there. You'll see it again. It comes in. It's headed by Jota across the face of the goal. Steaming in was Sane, and Matty Cash was less crumpled against the post. But in the meantime, the referee, Jonathan Moss, has blown half-time. And Jurgen Klopp is racing down the tunnel. So it's half-time here at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Goals from Douglas Luiz after 3 minutes and Joel Matip after 6 minutes. You have been listening to the Commentary Hub. Ross, over to you.
Thank you very much there, Paul. Excuse me. Thank you very much there to Paul James. We're just going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll go around the grounds with some other half-time scores from action that's happening this evening. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Aston Villa. against Liverpool at the break is currently 1-1 in this Premier League encounter. Aston Villa, as it stands, will remain in 11th. Liverpool will be now 2 points behind Manchester City, with Man City still, with Man City having the game in hand, which is tomorrow evening. They're taking on Wolves on Wednesday evening on Manchester City, and they'll be hoping to get back top spot, and they'll be hoping Aston Villa can do them a favour that they're currently doing this afternoon, this evening, should I say this morning, depending what time zone you're in. Is evening here, so this evening hoping Aston Villa can do them a favour this evening. So let's go around the grounds, and at half time in the Premier League, as in our featured match, is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. In the National League, it is Bromley 1, Altrincham 0. Just gone into the second half there is Grimsby 1, Bournemouth 0 as well. In the in the Professional Development League playoff, after extra time and finished Coventry City under 23s 5, Ipswich Town under 23s 4. In the Premier League under 18s, finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Sunderland 7. In the Dutch Eredivisie, in the relegation side of the playoffs, I think they're doing at the moment, he finished Breda 1, Den Haag 2, and Excelsior 2-0 up against Roda at the half-time interval. In Northern Ireland, in the NIFL Championship relegation phase, is Bangor 0, Knockbreda 1. In the Scottish Premiership relegation phases, Inverness 0, Arbroath 0, coming towards the end of that match there. In the Scottish Premiership relegation group, Dundee FC 1, Hibernian 1 after 51 minutes. In Scotland's League 1, in the relegation part of it, Edinburgh City 2, Annan Athletic 0. In La Liga, it's finished Valencia 0, Real Betis 3. It's currently Granada 1, Athletic Club Bilbao 0. Athletic Club are down to 10 men in that game as well. And after 22 minutes, it's currently FC Barcelona 0, Celta Vigo 0. That's after 22 minutes. In the international friendlies, in the under-19 international friendly, but Montenegro 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, awaiting results of Portugal under 16s against USA and Portugal under 17s against USA as well this evening. Some other matches taking place up and down the country and around the world as well. We'll go through some of those more results just before we finish this evening. There's been a goal in the National League, and Grimsby Town have taken a 2-goal lead now over Bournemouth. But they've not. It's been disallowed. Grimsby thought they got a second, but it's been disallowed. Knockbreda 2-0 up in Northern Ireland against Bangor FC, and they finished Inverness 0, Arbroath 0. And Granada have just gone 2-0 up against Athletic Club in Spain's La Liga Santander, to give you some of the matches taking place across this Tuesday evening. We'll take a look at the equaliser for Joel Matip on our monitors here, and that's a fantastic goal there from Liverpool, who was being blocked off by Watkins initially. Jota came in and did he catch Konza in there, but I don't think the referee said he did. And then this is the Mane chance. Go back to Paul in a minute for some of his analysis of that first half. And this thoughts on that first half and who he thinks it's going to be the good chances. That's a brilliant header from Mane just wide of the post. It was a wonderful cross from Kostas Tsimikas, which went just wide. Navigator going close as well on 54 minutes. A wonderful bit of play involving Luis Diaz out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Into Navigator missed his kick as he tried swiping with his right and he hit his left and then he puts his hand on top of his head. So there's some chances described to you it must be a fantastic first half of action. Let's bring in your man who's been providing us the commentary this afternoon and this evening and this morning, depending where you're tuned in from, and that's Paul James. And Paul, what have you made to that first period between Aston Villa and Liverpool with the score currently a 1-1?
Well, Villa started off extremely well. They created chances for themselves and they scored the early goal. That certainly ruffled Liverpool's feathers a little bit, but they managed to get back into it. And as the half went on, it seemed to me that Liverpool sort of took control of the game and created better chances. Indeed, Keita should have given Liverpool the lead. Perhaps Mane should have done with the header as well, although he was under some pressure from Tyrone Mings. But for me, Liverpool should be leading this for leading at half time. It might be interesting to see if at the start of the second half, Jurgen Klopp decides to bring on Mohamed Salah.
Yes, it'd be very interesting to see if Mohamed Salah does come on, Paul. I was just about to go on to that and ask you the question regarding Salah. Obviously, Liverpool have already had to make one change this evening, forced through an injury to Fabinho. What I was going to ask you then, Paul, is with one injury down already, and say Liverpool make two changes at half time in this game.
Well, I can't see him making two, Ross.
Currently 1-1, they made one change. Say they were to make two changes at half time and then lose another player through injury. How big a blow will that be if they use all three subs up now and then lose a player later on, especially with the FA Cup final just around the corner?
Well, that's the thing as well. There's always the possibility of injuries. I don't see him making two changes at halftime, given the fact that he's already made one that was forced upon him. I don't see him making two changes. I think he may not even make one. He may wait for a while to see if the team that is out there can take the lead. But I think if you're leaving it much past the hour mark, I'll be surprised if we don't at least see either Divock Origi, Mohamed Salah, or Roberto Firmino. I'll be very surprised if the score is still the same after the hour mark and he's not looked at bringing one of those three on.
Yes, and just a quick question then. We've just mainly there on Liverpool. Just looking at Aston Villa from that first off, some good play from them. Took the goal well through Douglas Luiz, and Villa could have gone back in front. Some good chances for them as the half went on. What do you think Steven Gerrard will be saying to his players right now with the score currently a 1-1 at the break?
Well, I think despite the fact that Liverpool got control of the game in the second half of that first half, I actually think Steven Gerrard will be very happy overall with the performance. Like you say, they've created chances. They've had opportunities that they've not been able to take, and they've perhaps ruffled Alisson's feathers in more than one occasion in that first half. I think Steven Gerrard will be very happy with the performance that Villa have put in that first half.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see how Steven Gerrard does fare in the second half and if they will make any changes to the side at the half-time interval. It'll be interesting to see if that will be the case. We'll be back with Paul as soon as the teams come back out ready for the second half, just ahead of kick-off of the second half then. So as it stands, the table in the Premier League, with the score currently a 1-1 at the top end of the table where he really could affect things in the Premier League title race. Manchester City currently sit 2 points above Liverpool with a game in and that game in hand is against Wolves tomorrow. Wolves with Liverpool drawing 1-1 and Man City playing Wolves well. Liverpool can't really afford to drop points because they can't see Man City dropping many points between now and the end of the season. So I think if Liverpool drop yet more points here today, that could prove costly for in the long haul for the Premier League title race, as well as for Aston Villa. They'll be needing a win to climb into that top 10 and try and cement a top 10 finish come the end of the season. They're currently level on points with Crystal Palace, who and both have played the same amount of games for now until both teams play the weekend. Villa's game in hand over Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, West Ham teams around them who played 36 games, Aston Villa played 35, is against Burnley, which they're playing very, very soon. Is just next week on the 9th, next Thursday, that game will be played for Aston Villa and for against Burnley. Speaking of Burnley, they're still in with a chance of being relegated, as are Everton and Leeds United are currently in the bottom three, as are Southampton after manager Saints boss Ralph Arsenault doesn't believe that 40 points will be enough to keep the side in the Premier League this season. Southampton, 3 defeats, a draw and a win in their last 5. As for Leeds, 2 defeats, 2 draws and a win. For Burnley's 1 draw, 3 wins and a defeat. As for Everton, it's 3 wins, a draw and a defeat for them. As for Southampton, 3 defeats, a draw and a win. And then if you go up to Leicester, who's on 42 points, it's 3 wins and 2 draws for them. Back-to-back defeats for the Foxes now. And it's 5 without a win for the Foxes. We've not really touched on this much, Paul, as we wait for the teams to come back out for the second half. There was a mistake from Alisson, which almost allowed Watkins in. And then there was a header just over from Danny Ings. How unlucky was Villa not to be taking the lead at the start before the players come back out ready for the second half?
Well, they are unlucky, but they have to take those chances. You don't get many chances against Liverpool. And when Alisson gives you an opportunity like that, you have to try to take it. Now, it was unfortunate for Watkins. He certainly wasn't expecting it. So the ball bounced away off his foot. But the chances have been there for Villa. And depending on how this second half goes, I mean, I see the players coming out now. Depending how the second half goes, see if they can get any more chances like this. They have to take them. But right now, they're doing very, very well at Aston Villa. And I think the pressure is on Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool to win this game. Villa, the pressure's really off them. They're not under a lot of pressure at all. They can perhaps play with a little bit of freedom.
Yes, and with Paul mentioning the teams are back out for the second half, it's time for me to hand back over to your match commentator for the second half. It's over to you, Paul James.
Thank you, Russ. Welcome back, everybody. Second half just about to get underway now. Villa will be attacking the Holt end in this second half as they attempt to get themselves in front again. No substitutions at halftime by either team. And the ball is launched forward immediately. Chasing it is Ollie Watkins, but it's picked up by Alisson in the Liverpool goal. And he throws the ball out long on the far side. And it's back with Virgil van Dijk now. And back to Alisson. Alisson has a little bit more time. And he's just... they're very patient and they build up from the back so well to Liverpool. And they're just going to continue to do that now. And here's Tsimikas. Tsimikas plays the ball forward, and it looks like it's Curtis Jones here. Curtis Jones is Well, he was fouled, and it'll be a free kick to Liverpool, and it is about 22 yards out. And we'll take a look at it again. Oh, yes, that is a late challenge by Conser. No further action taken by the referee. I do have to credit Jonathan Moss. He's kept his cards in his pocket, and I think most of what he's done today is very good. I know Premier League referees get a lot of criticism, but the job is not easy, in fairness. And I have to say, I think Jonathan Moss so far has done a stellar job. So over this free kick now, Simicas, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Jordan Henderson are the committee, just discussing how this is going to go. Villa now will have to try to set up their wall. And Henderson has, and Simicas, well, yes, it looks like it might be Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Henderson's moved away. It's Simicas now over it, along with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's see who's going to take it. And the referee is just delaying things a little further. Perhaps he's not quite satisfied how far the wall is back. And Ollie Watkins being told to just get back a bit and to move that wall back. Ollie Watkins still arguing. And so is Tyrone Mings. The referee says, nope, just get back in line. We're going to take this free kick. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is over it now. Let's see. Is it going to be... Yes, it is Alexander-Arnold! Oh, I say, that was so close! Oh, that just whistled past the right-hand corner of Martinez there. Oh, that was very close. Grazed the side netting. And, well, Villa breathe again. And it just goes wide. And it'll be a goal kick to Aston Villa. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Goal kick now by Martinez. Cleared downfield. Under pressure there is Ings. He does get the ball now, though. Here's Matty Cash. Cash slips and loses the ball. And he's just inside the Liverpool half. The ball is sprayed long over on the far side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he gives the ball forward to Diaz. Diaz just outside the Villa penalty area. Naby Keita plays the ball in and Mane picks it up inside the penalty area. Mane gives it back to Diaz. Diaz just launches the ball onto the far side. It's headed down by Jota looking for Jones, but that was read excellently there at the back. And now Villa coming forward with Coutinho. Coutinho's got space. He's got Watkins ahead of him. Coutinho into the penalty area. Oh, how unfortunate for him. He tramples on the ball, falls over, and Virgil van Dijk brings it away. And Simicas now plays it infield to Jones. He plays it on the far side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here's Diaz. And he's tackled by Marvelous Nakamba. That was a marvellous tackle. No joke on the name there. That really was a wonderful tackle. And it's intercepted by Henderson. And Henderson gives it back here now to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold goes back. And it's now played forward. Oh, and inside there. Oh, Diaz got inside the penalty area. And Martinez wants to know how. The ball was it seemed to be an aimless ball. And the Villa defence fell asleep. And Martinez got inside the defence. And we're actually looking at Coutinho again now. His opportunity. Oh, how unfortunate! He just slipped on the ball, and Liverpool were able to come away. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services, and the goal kick that was ultimately taken by Martinez was just nodded back to Alisson. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Commentary Live 1. And you can also like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports, and Storm FM. Liverpool building up from the back now. And here's Henderson to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Keita. And the ball is played out there by Diaz. Diaz to Simicas. Simicas has got a bit of space in front of him. He tries to give it back to Diaz, but Nakamba intercepts. Nakamba gives it. Oh, he tried to find Coutinho, but it was intercepted by Henderson. And here's Keita. Henderson gets it back. He tries to play across on the far side. The ball's bouncing around there, and it was Cash who headed it out of Martinez's hands. Perhaps Martinez didn't shout, or Matty Cash perhaps didn't hear it. The ball is now out of play. Yes, in fact, Matty Cash is signalling to his goalkeeper that he didn't hear him shout. But it was just for a moment. It was sixes and sevens inside the Villa defence there. And it'll be a throw-in on the far side. And Liverpool fans behind the goal there, perhaps complaining at Martinez for taking his time. But here is Luiz. Luiz passes it on. He gets the ball back. Luiz now gives it to Danny Ings. He's got space. Here's a real chance for Watkins. Oh, a wonderful piece of defending there by Simicas. And he got in front of Ollie Watkins and made a wonderful challenge there. You're going to see that again right here. This is absolutely wonderful defending. And he just gets in front of Watkins. And a fine challenge by Simicas, because Watkins was ready to unleash there. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for the season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And the ball is now sprayed out onto the far side to Simicas. He's got Ings around him. Simicas plays it back to Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk. And he gives it infield there. And it's with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gives it back to Virgil van Dijk. And here's Jordan Henderson now. Henderson gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball long. And it looks like, oh, it's space now, and Jota is in, but the referee has given a foul against Jota on Konsa, and it will be a free kick to, yes, he shoved him there. There's no doubt about that. That's a foul. And Konsa will take the free kick. And if you're listening on the YouTube channel and you'd like to comment on this game, please feel free to do so. I'll read them out. Just please make sure they're clean and respectful. And it'll be a free kick now to be taken just outside the Villa penalty area, and warming up there, much to the chagrin of Villa fans. They can see they can see Mohamed Salah warming up there. Wonder whether he'll make an appearance soon. And here's a chance now for Ollie Watkins, but it's good defending by Matip. Just eases Watkins out the way, and Henderson now gives the ball to Simicas. 54 minutes gone. We are still locked 1-1 at Villa Park. Here's Jones. Jones plays it infield, and here is Virgil van Dijk. And it's Simicas. Simicas, nice ball, and it's knocked on by Mane. Mane gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got space there. Oh, he was looking for Diaz. Not able to find him, but Trent Alexander-Arnold does win the ball back. And he gives the ball to Curtis Jones. Trent Alexander-Arnold dumps the ball in. It's headed in the air by Digne twice. Doesn't get much clearance on it, but does find McGinn. He tries to hook the ball clear. Still, again, not enough distance on the ball. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball. I guess he was looking for the run of Simicas, but instead the ball rolls out of play. And it is a 1-1 still here. And it will be a throw-in on the far side. We wait to see whether Jurgen Klopp is going to unleash Mohamed Salah on this Villa defence. And the Villa fans are on their feet over there, upset about something. But playing is continuing. Here's Mane. Mane bundled over, and the referee does give a free kick, which is about 25 yards out. Looks like he was bundled over by McGinn. Be a free kick. And You can see here. Yes, McGinn gets in front of him and just takes him out. Definitely a free kick. And it's about 25 yards out. And you've got to think perhaps Alexander Arnold will be over this one. Maybe Simicas as well. And the referee is having a word. Well, Jordan Henderson's having a word with the referee. Perhaps he's upset with the challenge and wants further action to be taken. And that's the referee's decision. And it's nothing to do with Jordan Henderson. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is over this now with Simicas, and they are conspiring what they're going to do here. Definitely plotting a free kick here that it's not much further out than the other one that Alexander Arnold took at the beginning of this second half. And he's over it again, and again it's going to be Alexander Arnold. Oh, this just goes wide again. I think this one was a little bit further wide this time. Perhaps I was being a little bit dramatic with my reaction there. That looks like that went a little bit further wide. Let's have a look. Trent Alexander-Arnold's. Yes, he's going for the corner, and it is much further wide than I initially thought. Come along, Paul. Stop being a drama queen. It'll be a goal kick and to be taken by Martinez. And Matty Cash plays it forward, and it's picked up by Douglas Luiz, and it's just knocked out of play there by Virgil van Dijk. And it'll be a throw into Aston Villa. And Coutinho just fighting for it there, along with Danny Ings, putting pressure on Van Dijk. But here's Simicas, and he launches the ball forward, but picked up by Konsa. And the ball is, in fact, now out of play for a Villa throw. A wry smile by Simicas. And Philip Coutinho. And it's actually going to be a free kick, actually, for the foul on Coutinho. And Coutinho, it's taken quickly. Coutinho tries to launch the ball in, but it's blocked by Simicas. And Nakamba now. And he gives the ball. Oh, it was just unfortunate for Ollie Watkins. He failed to get the touch on it. Nakamba tried to win it back, but was not successful. And Liverpool now have the ball. And it's Jordan Henderson. And Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gives it to Naby Keita on the far side. His ball is not a good one. And it's cleared away by Aston Villa and back into the Liverpool half. Actually, all the way through now to Alisson. And here's Virgil van Dijk. Naby Keita. And here's Simicas, who's seen a lot of the ball today. He's done a really good job over on that left-hand side. And here's Keita. Curtis Jones. And there was a foul there on McGinn by Mane, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. So we've almost played an hour here. Still, Jurgen Klopp has negated the temptation to bring on Mohamed Salah. And the free kick will be taken here for Aston Villa. Just inside their own half, it's launched forward. Long ball on the far side there. Finds Matty Cash. Matty Cash plays the ball in. Good defending by Matip, rather. And he just hooks the ball away. And Diogo Jota falls over. Tries to kick the ball while he's down, but it's not going to work. It goes out of play and will be a throw into Liverpool. And it's going to be taken by Matip there. And he gives the ball to Naby Keita, and he gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Forward to Mane. Mane gets the first touch now and is away. Mane, he's got in front of him there. The cross comes in, and it's dealt with by Tyrone Mings. He was looking for Diaz in the penalty area. Mane gets the ball back and gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And here's Keita. Keita tries to give the ball back to Arnold, but it's comfortably cleared away. But Liverpool still maintain possession. And here's Simicas. Simicas now fouled surely that time, and indeed he was by Douglas Luiz, and it will be a free kick. You are listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub. Today's player of the match sponsor is on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. In fact, it is Villa first looking to make a change, and it's Carney Chukwuemeka that is going to come on for the Villains, and Liverpool are also making a change, and it's going to be Thiago coming on. So let's have a look and see who's coming on, and it looks like it's Marvelous Nakamba coming off for Aston Villa, and he will be replaced by Carney Chukwuemeka. There it is. Nakamba goes off. Chukwuemeka comes on. And as for Liverpool, we'll just try and see here who is going to come on for Thiago. He's just receiving some instructions on the bench right now, so perhaps Liverpool aren't looking at making that change yet. And Van Dijk has it, and he gives it to Matip. Matip to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gives it to Henderson. Just past the hour mark here, it's 1-1. And the ball is launched long, looking for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it goes out of play for a throw into Villa. And Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partner for this season, JDAC Football, JB Sports, and Storm FM. It will be Curtis Jones who makes way for Thiago. So Thiago coming on now for Curtis Jones. That's a second substitution for Liverpool. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. If you like this type of off-tube commentary, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is just click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you don't miss any games going forward. Matip gives it back to Alisson, and Liverpool will build again from the back. And here is Virgil van Dijk, and Thiago gets his first touch of the ball. Here's Thiago again, and he gives it to Virgil van Dijk. Thiago, and well, he tried to play the ball long out there, but it was intercepted by Danny Ings very well there, forcing the throw in, which is still just inside. Well, it's about 10 yards inside the Liverpool half, and the throw in will be taken by Tsimikas. And he gives it back to Virgil van Dijk, who sprays it long down on this near side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Matip now gives it back to Alisson. Alisson, right-footed, gives it to Tsimikas. Tsimikas has been quite brilliant today. He plays the ball long. It's looking for Ruben Diaz, but good interception by Konsa, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Commentary Services would like to thank our official streaming partner for the season, Melon. Visit their website, www.melonapp.com. And the ball is out of play off Thiago and will be a throw-in for Villa. And Matty Cash will take that. And Jurgen Klopp is remonstrated again with Andy Madley for not sure exactly what for, but he's laughing about it. And the throw-in, Matty Cash is stealing a whole bunch of yards here. He's now just over the halfway line. Chukwuemeka. And here the ball is it's a nice ball on the far side to Diaz. Diaz now has time in front of him. Plays across it. There's a header! Oh, a beautiful header by Sadio Mane. Oh my word, it's 2-1 Liverpool. And what a wonderful flicked header into the corner on the left-hand side, away from Emiliano Martinez. And Liverpool get that vital goal that they need. Sadio Mane on the 65th minute with the goal there. We'll take a look at that. Let's see. This just seemed to have come out of nowhere. Chukwuemeka gave the pass, but Konsa lost it. And the cross comes in by Diaz. And this, I think, is his second goal he's assisted. And the flick on was just so delicate and well placed by Sadio Mane away to Martinez's left-hand corner. And Liverpool take a 2-1 lead here at Villa Park. Well, the cross comes in by Diaz. It's a beautifully placed cross. And the header just so delicately knocked into the corner. And what a superb finish that was. And that brings about a huge smile on the face of Jurgen Klopp. And Liverpool are 2-1 in front here. Throw in to Aston Villa midway inside the Liverpool half. It'll be taken by Luca Digne. Mane's goal, the difference here. And he's just trying to organise the defence a little bit. Throw in is to be taken by Luca Digne. And it goes out of play again, and he'll get another opportunity. And the Liverpool fans very, very happy now. But wait a moment, here's Coutinho. He almost got behind Jordan Henderson, but without success. It's cleared, and Matty Cash picks it up just inside the Liverpool half. And he gives it back to Konsa. Goes back to Martinez, who gives it to Tyrone Mings. So as it stands, we are all level on points. The goal difference is in favour of Manchester City. But just a moment, Danny Ings is in all alone here. Oh, and he took his time and perhaps took far too long. And Ings might have been offside here, offside actually, because it's just knocked out of play. And well, isn't it tight? It's very tight, but in the end, I think the linesman's flag does go up just after the tackle by Virgil van Dijk. But that looked very tight to me. Ings really should have been a bit more clinical there. I mean, after all, if he'd have put the ball in the net, I'm sure VAR would have looked at it. It did look tight. Not Virgil van Dijk, sorry. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays it forward. And Mings gets an interception on there, and it will be a throw-in. Must have come off the Liverpool player last. Will be a throw-in to Aston Villa. And it looks like it's going to be taken by Luca Digne, the Frenchman. And he tries to find Coutinho there, but that's a good interception by Naby Keita. Goes out of play again for another throw. Luca Digne just trying to steal some yards. He's about 6 yards away from the halfway line here. And then some. And he takes the throw in now, and it's just flicked on by Coutinho, and then played through, and there's a chance now. Oh, what a chance for Danny Ings. It was knocked on by Ollie Watkins from the flick on from Coutinho, and the chance was there, but the first touch by Ings was disappointing, and that made it easier for Alisson to smother the ball. And now Liverpool are breaking forward on the far side with Diaz. He has a bit of space. He's got Chuck Mawaker in front of him. The ball is played long onto the far side, onto this near side rather, to Naby Keita. And we've got 22 minutes left, and Liverpool are just managing the ball now. They send it all the way back to Alisson, who clears the ball, and he gives it to Tsimikas, to Diaz. Diaz now has space in front of him. He's been excellent today. And that's intercepted by Chuck Mawaker, who's inside his own penalty area under pressure by Jota, and clears it out of play. And the throw-in was taken awfully quickly. You see the flick on there by Coutinho, which was just superb. And then the pass by Ollie Watkins. And it was the first touch here by Danny Ings, which let him down. And it allowed the goalkeeper to come out and really smother that, even though the ball spilled away from him in the end. But that was a chance for Danny Ings, and he'll be tearing his hair out at that one. And there's been a substitution here, and it looks like Coutinho has come off, and Buendia has come on. So Buendia is on for Philip Coutinho. So that was the last bit of action we've seen from Coutinho today. Emiliano Buendia is on. He scored against Burnley at the weekend. And here's Keita. And he gives it to Thiago, who goes back to Matip, who in turn goes back to Alisson. Thiago gives it to Van Dijk. 20 minutes left in this one. It's Villa 1, Liverpool 2. I suppose in about 15 minutes' time, it will be incumbent upon me to pick a player of the match. I actually have a few names in mind. It's played into the centre circle by Trent Alexander-Arnold, won by Diaz, but here's Tsimikas now on the far side for Liverpool. And he plays it into Diogo Jota. Jota has time. And it's Trent Alexander. It was played to Trent Alexander-Arnold from Henderson, but it was very disappointing. Goes out of play and will be a throw-in to Aston Villa. And here he is. Despite the 2-1 lead, perhaps Klopp is not satisfied enough. Mohamed Salah is now coming on for the third and final substitution for Liverpool. And it looks like it's Diaz that's actually coming off, I think. Let's just take a look. Yes, it's Luis Diaz who's making his way to the bench. And he will be coming off now. And Mohamed Salah will come on. Perhaps Jurgen Klopp looking to finish this game once and for all. Mohamed Salah has about 18 minutes plus stoppage time to see what difference he can make in this game. And Liverpool fans delighted to see their hero. And he's just going to go like for like into that left forward position of that 4-3-3. And it's Luca Dean with a throw-in, 6 yards inside his own half. It's intercepted by Keita, and it's already Mane's already away. Salah is already away, but he's not able to control it properly. It was a beautiful long ball by Keita, and Salah found himself inside the Villa defence, but he just wasn't able to control it properly under pressure from Konsa, and in the end it goes to Martinez. Liverpool now again with Diogo Jota trying to get inside Matty Cash. Good tackle by Cash. And here is McGinn. And the ball is played by Diaz down on the... not Diaz, sorry. The ball was played down on the far side to Luca Digne. And it's played now to Alexander-Arnold, approaching the Liverpool penalty area. Alexander-Arnold. And he gives it back to Mane. Mane to Henderson. Henderson. Back to Mane. Mane goes back to Matip. And here's Thiago. Over on the far side. He's got lots of space now as Tsimikas. Tsimikas to Jota. Jota back to Virgil van Dijk. And here's Thiago. And here's Keita. Keita. Jota back to Tsimikas. Liverpool keeping possession well here. The ball is played almost over onto to this near side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mane dinked forward now, looking for Salah in the penalty area. He's controlled it well. Salah's got time and space. He's surrounded by 2 Villa players, though. The cross comes in there and the ball is just ping-balling around the Villa penalty area. And Trent Alexander-Arnold got the cross where there was too much on it. And it looks like the referee has blown up for something here. And there's 16 minutes left here. It's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. And you can see there the look on Steven Gerrard's face. Doesn't look like he's going to get his way today, the way Liverpool are playing. And even so, the press from Salah forced Mings to knock the ball out of play. But it's almost by the corner flag for a throw-in now to Liverpool. Mings trying to organise the defence. And the throw-in will be taken on this near side by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he's just looking for options that are available now. Alexander-Arnold. Yep, the throw-in is long, and it does pick out Salah. Salah now is surrounded by 3 players, still manages to get the cross in, but it's headed away, and now Mane picks it up, attempts a shot to the back post, and it's headed off the line by Matty Cash. Good piece of defending there. And here's McGinn now. McGinn clears the ball forward. And over that one is Luis. And Luis, it's given away this time by Luis. And Liverpool now moving forward. And just over this one is Jota plays the ball in and he's claiming a hand. And, Konsa gets up. Let's have a look and see here. Jota played the ball in. No, well, it bounces off his legs, but I don't see where it hits the hand. And Konsa is ultimately bundled over in his own penalty area. It's actually going to be a corner, I think. But Jota raised his hand immediately, didn't he, to try to claim the penalty, but it wasn't given. I don't think it really hit Konsa's hand at all. And the corner taken by Tsimikas, and there's a header by Matip, but it's a comfortable save by Emiliano Martinez. And time running out for Villa now. They're going to have to try to press forward and create some chances. Perhaps the best one in this second half coming to Ings, but his lack of control let the ball get away from him. Here's Watkins. Villa are preparing another substitution. Watkins gives it to Chuck Mweka. And it goes back to the goalkeeper from Konsa. And it's cleared downfield, long. And he was looking again for Ings, but Alexander Arnold deals with that now. And he comes away with the ball over the halfway line. It's long ball there, looking for Jota. Jota turns. Is he going to be able to get the shot away? He gives it to Salah, who had a bit of space, but he was not able to get the shot away. And Salah, it comes out now to Mane. Mane gives the ball. Well, he tried to find Trent Alexander-Arnold, didn't he? But Luca Dean intercepted with that. And here's Keita now. Keita gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got space. Good block by Tyrone Mings. Well done to him. Good defending. Villa now moving forward. Oh, Matty Cash. McGinn almost stumbled on the ball there. And he's just been able to maintain his composure. And here's Douglas Luiz. And here's Chuck Mweka, who's got some space in front of him. Mweka still has the ball, very strong. And the referee calls for a foul, and it'll be a free kick to Villa, which they take quickly. And here's McGinn. And and it's given to Dino, gives it back to Tyrone Mings. And here's Konsa. And he, in turn, tried to find Buendia. Goes back with Mings. Mings plays the ball forward. It's a bad ball by Tyrone Mings. And here's Thiago. It's just gifting Liverpool opportunities, this. Thiago, and it deflects off the back of Mings. And fortunately for him, goes through to his goalkeeper, Martinez. Here's Diaz. He rolls the ball out. Buendia tries to give the ball to Chuck Mweka. It's just away from Chuck Mweka, but here's Matty Cash. Streaming forward now for Villa. Cash. He's got Chuck Mweka with him. That gives it to Chuck Mweka. Here's Buendia. Buendia played inside to Danny Ings. Oh, the cross. He was looking there for Watkins, but Watkins wasn't there. Instead, only Trent Alexander-Arnold was there. He clears the ball. And here is McGinn. Round about the halfway line. It's sprayed long to the far side to Luca Dean. Dinia keeps it inside and he gets the cross in. And that's good defending by Thiago, who just heads it back to Alisson. Very cool and calm there. And we have 11 minutes to go in this game. It is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Alisson rolls the ball out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's played forward. Here's Naby Keita. Keita just got a bit of space in front of him. He's just trying to get the better of McGinn. He gives it to Salah, and Keita gets the ball back, and he's got a bit of space in front of him now. Keita just trying to work his way through the Villa defence. Tyrone Mings in the way. And there's Douglas Luiz, and he gives it to McGinn. McGinn launches the ball forward. He's looking for Watkins, who's under pressure by Virgil van Dijk. And Van Dijk muscles him off. And here's Henderson. Henderson gives it to Thiago. Out on the far side to Tsimikas. Well, he's got Jota with him. And Jota gives it to Thiago. To Tsimikas. And he gives it to Virgil van Dijk, who gives it to Matip on this near side. 6 shots. Only one attempt in the second half by Aston Villa, 7 by Liverpool. It really does show the dominance of Liverpool in this second half. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Alisson. And we'll just wait to see if there is going to be any more substitutes. Villa still have one more available. They did have him stripped off. He's actually standing ready to come on right now. Not quite sure who it is at the moment. It's Tsimikas. Plays the ball forward. Jota loses it. And now Villa will move forward. And Conta appears to have been fouled. And Watkins is limping. So maybe it's Watkins coming off. I'm still trying to see who it is. And it is number 15 for Villa, which is Bertrand Traore that is coming on. And it'll be Watkins coming off as he appears to be limping there. Perhaps it's when he caught the back of Virgil van Dijk. He seems to have come off worse for that. So it will be Ollie Watkins coming off. And Bertrand Traore makes up the last substitute for Aston Villa. He's on right now. And the ball is long, looking for Luca Dean. Luca Dean with the cross. Well, Matip is very, very aware at the back there. And Keita now for Liverpool. And he loses it, and it's kept in play by Buendia. Buendia tries to find Traore. Doesn't work. It's intercepted, and Liverpool come away with the ball. And here's Henderson now. He's got space in front of him. Henderson plays it out to the impressive Tsimikas on the far side. Tsimikas. And he gives it to Mane. Mane trying to cut inside. It's Tsimikas again. And a good challenge there by Matty Cash. And it will be a corner to Liverpool. Just about ready to put my thinking cap on here for the player of the match. I have two names in mind. And still trying to determine which one I should actually go for. All right, well, you'll know the answer in about 3 or 4 minutes here, but it's corner to Liverpool, outswung and headed away by Mings, just not far enough. Comes to Keita with a shot. Oh, that's just wide. Just wide of the left-hand side. It was an excellent attempt. We'll take a look at it, just wide of the left-hand post. And you see it there. It's just swerving away from the left-hand post. That's a really good attempt. And it did have Martinez scrambling. And Keita there, good effort, but it is wide of the goal and will be a goal kick. Martinez now with the goal kick. And it's launched long, and Traore goes up with the header, not able to make it. Van Dijk wins it instead, but Villa do get the ball back, and it's Matty Cash now coming forward. It's slipped inside to Danny Ings. Danny Ings storming into the penalty area, trying to create a chance for him. Danny Ings with a shot. Oh, and it just bounces away from Chuck Mawaker. A fine save by Alisson, but unfortunately for Chuck Mawaker, it just bounces away from him, and Liverpool just give the ball away again. This time Trent Alexander-Arnold intercepts, knocks it out for a throw-in. Buendia. Chuck Mawaker came so close there. Gives it to Luis. Buendia. And it is Konsa. And Luis. And a bit of space here for McGinn. Gives it to Chuck Mawaker, who's been really quite impressive since he's come on. And Cash. Gives it to Traore. Traore launches it in, but it's headed into the air by Van Dijk. And it was tried to be flicked on by Ings, but it just goes out of play ultimately and will be a throw-in. But we look at this again. Ings just gets inside, trying to create an opportunity for himself, which he does. Forces a fine save by Alisson. Chuck Mawaker, so unlucky. It just goes away from him. You can see here, oh, he was close. All it would have needed was some contact, and that ball would have been in the back of the net. Well, 6 minutes left. It remains Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Sometimes at the top of the league, that sort of luck runs for you. Here's Buendia now. Buendia just inside the Liverpool half. Buendia forward. Surely Ings is offside, but he plays on. Ings with a shot and he scores! But it will be offside. What a shot into the corner. But it will be offside. He did look offside. He looked about 3 or 4 yards offside. Actually, it wasn't quite that much. I'm exaggerating. It was maybe a couple. But and of course, the linesman didn't give it. I mean, it was offside. The linesman he should have seen that. and didn't raise his flag. And we've had this discussion on the commentary hub many times. We know it's the rule. We would like that rule changed, FA, if you don't mind. But as it happens, we're going to continue now, and it will be Liverpool coming forward. And Luis just tries to get the ball forward, but it's intercepted and out of play. Well, a worried look there now on Klopp's face, because Villa have had a couple of chances. Of course, Danny Ings forcing the save from the goalkeeper, it just bouncing away from Chuck Mawaker. And Danny Ings' finish there was absolutely superb. He was offside, of course, so it doesn't count, but it was superb strike into the bottom corner. And Mane is fouled by Buendia, and I am now going to name my man of the match. And I'm going to give it to Kostas Tsimikas for his performances. He's terrorised Villa down that left-hand side, constantly causing aggro for their defence and has created opportunities. He hasn't scored. I could have given it to one of the goal scorers, but for all of his hard work in midfield and effort and trouble that he's caused the Villa defence, today's player of the match, sponsored by the Hub, is Liverpool's number 21, Konstantinos Tsimikas. And we're going into the last 3 minutes now, and it's launched long. And here is, Ings trying to cause Virgil van Dijk some trouble, but good work by Van Dijk in defending it. And Ings is complaining, but he must know better than that. Van Dijk plays a very physically defensive game, and here's Tsimikas now, our player of the match. Tsimikas. And he gives it to Mane, and Mane goes back to Virgil van Dijk. And the ball is played out on this near side to Curtis Jones. Not to Curtis Jones, sorry, to Trent Alexander-Arnold, my apologies. And here's Thiago now for Liverpool. Thiago. And he gives it to Henderson. Henderson to Salah. Salah, just plays it through there. Chuck Mawaker's legs up. And Salah again now. He just tries to play it past Luca Dean, but it didn't work that time. Dean gives it to Buendia. He's under pressure. Buendia back flicks it to Chuck Mawaker. Buendia. And here's Traore storming forward now for Aston Villa. They've got 2 minutes left to get themselves back into this game. Traore. And he gives it to Buendia. He sprays it out onto the far side to Matty Cash. Matty Cash with the shot. Maybe he should have crossed it in. It goes wide. I don't think he was going to beat Alisson from there. Perhaps the ball into the box might have been a better option. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. So Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Clock ticking down at Villa Park. Time running out for them. Well, just looking at the replay there with Danny Ings coming together with Virgil van Dijk. Only one winner there. And Jurgen Klopp looks a little bit more relaxed there. As we go into the final minute here. Still 2-1 to Liverpool. It's launched forward. Looking for Ings there, but nodded out of play by Virgil van Dijk. And it'll be a throw-in to Villa. It's taken quickly. Here is Mings, Tyrone Mings. He launches the ball long onto the far side to Luca Dean, and he tried to find Chuck Mawaker, but he was not able to bring the ball under control. And Alisson now has it. So it'll be interesting to see how long Andy Madley is going to add for stoppages in this game. All three sides have used the substitutions. There has been 1 or 2 stoppages, but I can't see it being much more than about 3 minutes. But we'll see soon enough. And it's an Aston Villa throw, almost level with the halfway line. Taken quickly by Luca Dean. Luca Dean has been asked to wait for a moment because there is a Liverpool player on the deck. And I'm just trying to see who that is. It looks like Cater, actually. We'll see in a moment. Just see. Actually, no, I think it's Mane. We'll see in a moment. He's still down. No, it is Cater. He's still down. and the referee is, well, it looks like he's received a knock in a very delicate area, so just give him a few moments to get up and regain his composure. We're still waiting for the board announcing how long is added on here by Andy Madley. We're 35 seconds into the injury time. Luca Dean protesting. We've actually got 4 minutes, so there's the announcement. It's 4 minutes added time by Andy Madley, so still some time for Villa to see if they can rescue a point here at home. And here's Luca Dean now, and he gives the ball back to Tyrone Mings, who sprays it over on the far side to Douglas Luiz. Conser now. Conser slips the ball forward. Matty Cash is being dragged down. And here is Buendia. Buendia dinks the ball forward, looking for Ings. Ings turned there and nearly got the shot away. But Virgil van Dijk just knocks it behind for a corner. Good defending by Van Dijk. Read what Danny Ings was trying to do there. And it'll be a corner to Aston Villa, which Douglas Luiz will take. And Martinez has resisted the urge to go forward into the penalty area. So here comes the corner. Douglas Luiz. And the header on there by Buendia. And it goes behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. We've played 2 minutes of stoppage time here. Time is just about up. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. And you can see Alisson now will just take his time. And Jurgen Klopp there just trying to direct the troops and to ensure that Liverpool see this game out and they get maximum points, tying themselves up at the top with City, who have Wolves to play away, West Ham away, and Aston Villa at home. Liverpool, after this game, have Southampton away and Wolves at home. And here is Mane. Mane has got Conser in front of him, and he tries to play it off Conser. Doesn't work. It just goes behind for a goal kick to Aston Villa. As we go into the final minute of injury time. And possession-wise, looking a bit more like it in this second half of Liverpool at 62%, Villa at 38%, and time now counting down. Here is Salah, and it looks like the referee has blown up there. Not sure exactly what for. Might be offside, but it's a free kick. Attempted shots for in the second half are 5 for Liverpool. 5 for Villa, 6 for Liverpool. Chances have fallen to Villa's way. Danny Ings, of course. The attendance is 41,919 at Villa Park. Free kick to be taken by Martinez. Launch forward. Matip just knocks it away. And it's picked up by Alexander Arnold ahead of Luca Dean. Keita there going at the back, challenging for it. Oh, and Mings is shoving away with Keita. And he's running away with the ball. Why is he doing that? Villa are behind. The throw-in was clearly for Keita. And now the referee is, and they're still arguing, Mings and Keita. I'm sure Keita won't mind. Liverpool are winning 2-1. And let's see what happens. What happened here? I think the ball did come off Mings, and he's just shoving Keita out the way. It's just silly. It's silly behaviour. And we've now played the allotted 4 minutes injury time. So the referee is going to blow at any time now. And the Liverpool fans are celebrating. It will be a joyous trip back up to Liverpool tonight. The throw-in is taken quickly. And here is Chuck Mweka. And he gives it to Buendia. Buendia loses it, but it does manage to go back to Tyrone Mings. Back to Martinez. He's going to have to get rid of it quickly. The pass isn't a good one, and it's picked up by Mane. Mane gives it to Tsimikas. Tsimikas launch forward, and it's the pass by Salah is not the best, and Konsa clears it. and Cash attempts to move the ball forward. We've played over a minute of the allotted injury time. The referee, I think, has blown. No, he hasn't blown for full time. There is a Liverpool player down in the centre circle, and it looks like it's Naby Keita. So we play on. No sign that the referee is going to blow his whistle yet. And we'll just wait and see now. Keita is now back on his feet. And it'll be a throw in to Aston Villa. Louise. And back to Konsa, who gives it back to Tyrone Mings. And that's it. It's full time. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. A second half goal on the 65th minute by Sadio Mane is the difference. And Liverpool now close the gap. They're level on points with Manchester City, with City ahead on goal difference. And City will go to Wolves tomorrow to see if they can increase that lead. But full time here at Villa Park, it is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. You've been listening to the commentary hub, and right back to you, Russ.
Thank you very much there, Paul James. Go and have a well-deserved lie down after that one. Brilliant commentary from Paul this evening as Aston Villa fall to defeat against Liverpool. There were goals in each half for Liverpool, and it was after Aston Villa took the lead. Douglas Luiz, should I say, put Villa into the lead on 3 minutes before Joel Matip levelled for Liverpool after a save from Emi Martinez from a shot from Virgil van Dijk after initial ball in from Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz then set up Sadio Mane for the winner on 65 minutes. Salah came on, but he didn't really threaten the Villa goal as Liverpool tried to extend their one-goal cushion, which they didn't need to in the end, and Aston Villa are remaining in the bottom half of the table going into the final round of matches. They are remaining in 11th on 43 points, level on points with Newcastle and Brentford. As Paul James Riley mentioned, Liverpool are now level on points with Manchester City. Man City remain at top of the table on goal difference in the Premier League. The other results then, and then we'll finish off rounding up the matches. The match that we've just watched by bringing back in Paul James. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2 in the Premier League. Just a commentary of there. Bromley 1, Altrincham 1 in the National League. Also in the National League, Grimsby 1, Boreham Wood 0. In the Professional Development League playoff, finished Coventry City under 23s 5. Ipswich Town under 23s 4 after extra time. In the Premier League under 18s, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Sunderland 7. It was 1-1 at half time in that match. In the Dutch Eredivisie relegation, Breda 1, Den Haag 2, and Excelsior 2, Roda 2. In Northern Ireland NIFL Championship relegation, Bangor 2, Knockbreda 2. In the Scottish Premiership relegation, Inverness, Caledonian and Thistle 0 Arbroath 0. In the Scottish Premiership, Dundee FC 3, Hibernian 1. In Scottish League 1 relegation, Edinburgh City 2 and an Athletic 0. In Spanish La Liga, Valencia 0, Real Betis 3, Granada 1, Athletic Club 0, Barcelona 3, Celta Vigo 1 with 20 minutes left to play. And in the international friendlies, Montenegro under 19s 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, Portugal v USA under 16s and Portugal v USA under 17s results have yet to come in for us. So that's been some other matches If you want to find out how their results went on, go and check out the local results on your local websites, where you can find out other results from other countries this Tuesday evening. And you might be able to find out the results of the under 16s and under 17s later on between Portugal and the USA. Now it's time to bring in your match commentator again for just a short analysis. This evening will be off there at 10:15 this evening in the UK. So poor, fantastic game. Liverpool back within touching distance of Manchester City, so to speak, level on points with them now. I think Paul, looking at this and looking, they're probably going to go down to the wire, but maybe that drop points against Tottenham at the weekend for Liverpool may have just cost them the title. What do you reckon, Paul? Do you think Liverpool, based on that performance, can get back into the title race? Obviously, they're still in the title race, level on points with Man City. But do you think that draw against Tottenham at the weekend has cost Liverpool the chance of winning the quadruple and winning the Premier League title?
Well, yes, that and the fact that City were able to put five past Newcastle and take the goal difference lead, which really puts it now in City's hands. And it also, there's this 3 point gap that they could add tomorrow. It really puts pressure on Liverpool to keep winning. Now, the games that they have left, Southampton away and Wolves at home, they should comfortably win those games. But yes, it very well may well go down to the wire. The thing is, Ross, I don't see City losing a single game for the rest of the season.
I don't see City losing a single game for the remainder of the season. Just looking at the game overall, then, Paul, just before we do leaving with about 15 minutes or so's time, looking at the overall picture from the overall game, obviously Jurgen Klopp will be happier of the two managers, with Liverpool managing to bounce back from that disappointing draw to Tottenham at the weekend, that you would have to say, from a Liverpool perspective. What do you
Hmm.
think Steven Gerrard will be saying to his side? Obviously, they took the lead and then threw the lead away thanks to goals from Matip and Mane. But the Village did show some good touches in front of goal. Had a couple of goals disallowed for offside, which, in my opinion, were correctly given as offside. But Liverpool did some good defending in front of goal as well. What have you made? What do you think Gerrard will be saying to his side come now at the back in the dressing room before he goes off and speaks to the media that's inside at Villa Park this evening?
Well, again, I don't think Villa played badly. I thought they played quite well under the circumstances. It's always a difficult game when you're facing Liverpool. And I think that they played really quite well. I think what Gerard might touch on is the missed chances. Um, Ings, for example, is the if he'd have got the touch right, the first touch right, he might have been able to have gotten a shot away at Alisson and maybe scored. They were perhaps a little unlucky with the offsides. I believe they were offside. Certainly, the one that went in the net, that was offside by about 2 or 3 yards. And again, in my opinion, I've said this before. JB said this before. We've all said it before. We'd all like to see that rule changed. Doesn't really work very well on paper, in my opinion. In reality, in my opinion. But Liverpool, I don't think Villa can be disappointed in the way that they've played, but they might regret some of the chances that they've made.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. Just seen that goal again from Sadio Mane, which won it for Liverpool after Matip's equaliser. I mentioned there as well, Paul, how Salah came on but didn't really get into the game much since he came on. He was ineffective in the last Liverpool game as well at the weekend against Tottenham. You didn't really see him create his spark. He's been dropped off form a little bit recently. Why do you think that Salah's not hitting the heights at the moment? Do you think it's a bit of a bad for patch of form at the wrong time of this season, or do you think start to come again, stay starting of the weekend in the FA Cup final can find his form and help Liverpool try and kick on to try and get that quadruple should they win the FA Cup at the weekend?
Well, it's very difficult to say for a striker who might go on a lean patch, and I suppose if you look at the goal scoring form and capability of Mohamed Salah, yes, you could argue he is on a lean patch. A lean patch, but one must remember he tops the goal scoring charts and the assist charts. So it's difficult for me to bring any sort of criticism against a player like that. It's his performances for Liverpool over the course of the season have been very, very good. But yes, I do agree with you to a degree. When you look at a striker like that and he goes a few games without scoring, then yes, it's a lean. You would say for his capability, it's a lean patch.
Yes, absolutely. Paul, looking at Aston Villa, we've already mentioned the rest of the missed chances that fell their way in the game this evening. Where do you think Villa can go from here next? And yes, I know coming up at the weekend for Aston Villa, some of the games that the Villa have got left in this season, just to go through those for people who want to know the games that they've got left. That's coming up. They have got Crystal Palace on Saturday, Burnley next Thursday, the Manchester City on the final day of the season. Where do you think Villa can go next? Do you think Villa can get that finish in the top half of the table, especially because next game up is Crystal Palace, who are a point and a place above them. Palace 2 wins, a draw, and 2 defeats in the last 5 games. Same as Aston Villa now following this defeat to Liverpool tonight. Do you feel that Liverpool, from what you've seen tonight from Aston Villa, from what you've seen over this season and what you saw of the weekend against your team, Burnley, Villa have got enough to have a top half finish this season?
Yeah, it's going to be tight though to get into the top 10 because Newcastle uh, have kind of hit a bit of form. I know they've lost the last two, but that was against Liverpool and Manchester City. Brentford are also doing quite well, and Newcastle and Brentford and Villa are all tied on 43 points. Crystal Palace are on 44. I think it's likely that Palace may drop out of the top 10, and that the 10th position could be occupied by Villa, Brentford, or Newcastle. Based on Villa's performance today, I don't see Burnley getting a single point against them at Villa Park. That's I don't see that at all. I mean, okay, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. Um, they've played very, very well today. They look like a very efficient side. And out of Brentford and Newcastle, I would say Villa could probably get that 10th place if they continue playing like this.
Yes, and just one quick question, Paul, before we do wrap up this evening. Just looking at the Premier League standings, and there's a big game in the Premier League coming up on Thursday evening. As as we sit here this evening at 10 past 10 on Tuesday, the 5th of May 2022, that we won't be having that game covered on Thursday between Tottenham and Arsenal. We may have that. If we are going to cover that, make sure check out our Twitter. We'll announce it over there at Commentary Live 1. Well, that game's going to be very, very important for the Champions League, final Champions League place, because if you look at that game, Arsenal against Tottenham, Tottenham win, they go a point behind Arsenal. Arsenal win, they've secured top four football this season for them. Where do you think that game is going to be won and lost? Will it be the midfield battle where the game will be won and lost? And Paul, if I were to ask you for a prediction on that one, who do you think is going to come out on top? And just to tell you, Paul, just to tell you about that, just so you know where the game is taking place, and for those who are just tuning in, for those who know where that game's taking place, That game will take place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 7:45 p.m. UK time on Thursday. Tottenham Arsenal, where do you see this game being won and lost? Do you think it's the midfield backups? For me, I think that's where it's going to be won and lost.
Well, you might be right. I'm not. I certainly don't disagree with you. I think it's very difficult to predict a winner in that game. It's a derby game. Both obviously with the chasing of fourth place, it's going to be super important for both teams. Um, I it's very see Arsenal have improved so much as the season has gone on. Spurs can be very inconsistent. They're either, what I've looked at Spurs when I watch them, they're either incredibly good. They look like they look like they could easily finish in the top three some days, and then other days they look like they barely could finish in the top 10. So it's so difficult to predict. It depends on which Tottenham Hotspur teams show up. Arsenal definitely have the tools to finish in fourth place, and I agree with you. It's going to be won and lost in the midfield.
Yes, absolutely, and that's going to be a very, very close game. I can't decide who's going to win that game. But what I can tell you that what we have got coming up this week for you on the commentary, coming up on Thursday afternoon, we will have delayed coverage of the game between Watford and Everton, which is taking place at Vicarage Road tomorrow night due to technical reasons, which we have been trying to resolve in a couple of other studios earlier this evening. We were unable to bring you that game live. We will be able to fetch you out on on a delayed stream on Thursday afternoon. Then coming up maybe on Thursday evening, we may have the North London derby to decide who is going to finish in the top four. Will the top four race be decided on Thursday, and the final Champions League spot be decided on Thursday? But join us for one game, biggest game in the footballing calendar, the FA Cup final, Saturday, 14th of May, 4:45 kick-off. Match taking place at Wembley Stadium. Join myself as I guide you through 90 minutes, maybe 120 minutes, maybe even penalties as the FA Cup final. And it's between Liverpool, who we've just seen tonight, taking on Chelsea, who travel to Ellen Road tomorrow. And going into that game at Ellen Road tomorrow, earlier on, Thomas Tuchel said they may not have Jorginho and N'Golo Kante. They may not be fit enough for the game at Ellen Road. Or is that just saying they won't be fit enough for that game, but they may be fit enough for the FA Cup? Or is that just saying we're going to be rested for the FA Cup? We just do not know. As for Leeds, Liam Cooper may be returning for the match tomorrow. Felt out that a bit of his knee injury prior to the Arsenal game, which Leeds lost 2-1 on Sunday, which saw them drop into the bottom three. Hopefully we'll be able to tell you, push the result of that game up on our feed tomorrow as well, to bring to you on our Twitter feed at half-time and full-time from the Premier League games tomorrow. Post the scores of all the Premier League matches taking place tomorrow, which include Leeds United, Chelsea, Watford, Everton, Leicester, Norwich, and Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. Will post your half-time and full-time scores from all of those matches tomorrow over on Commentary Live 1, so you know how the results have gone on in the Premier League tomorrow and whether Manchester City have gone 3 points clear of Liverpool. But that's all we've got time for this evening here on the commentary. Big thank you to Paul James for excellent commentary. Go and lie yourself down, my friend, and we'll see you again very, very shortly. We'll see everyone else at the weekend, if not before, for live action. Join us Thursday for delayed coverage of Watford against Everton, and we'll be back. I don't know if we might be live with the North London derby Thursday evening. But from all over the team here at the commentary right now, see you Saturday for the next live offering, unless we bring you bring you the North London Derby on Thursday. From all of the team here, it's a very good evening to you all. Bye bye for now.